Blended learning is an approach where technology and elements of online resources are used to deliver traditional classroom teaching. The teacher remains pivotal to the success of this process. Blended learning can be used either within the classroom or at home to reinforce or introduce new topics to your students.
In this session, I'm going to first of all look at the VLE and how some of the tools that can be used on the VLE can become very much incorporated into your blended learning strategy. Many schools have a learning platform such as a VLE. Using this tool can be really a great resource and an asset and complement your blended learning strategy. The VLE is a virtual learning application and has a variety of different learning styles that can be incorporated as part of your blended learning strategy. In this particular session, I'm going to look at a discussion forum. A discussion forum can actually bring your lesson alive and create a very engaging conversation about a particular topic. I've used the forum for several of my lessons, and it really allows a lot of students to participate and engage who would otherwise not be engaged within the lesson. I'm also going to look at how you can include an RSS feed to the blended learning and your virtual learning classroom. I hope you enjoy the next stage. Thank you.
VLEs are a brilliant application as they have the ability to accommodate a range of learning styles to meet the needs of your student ability ranges. This platform enables teachers to create a wealth of resources which can then be easily saved onto the VLE for access by your students. This tool can be used both within and outside of the classroom. There are many benefits associated with the use of the VLE. All the resources can be organized in easy sections for students. Online forums provide a tool to engage all the students and combine interactivity into the lesson. Communication tool for the school community. Great way to share resources, particularly in large departments. Sustainable and developing product. Of the VLE organization is very important. So here we have it. All our subjects are divided into each category. Very easy for the students to interact with this platform, as each student is quite clear as to which area of the platform they wish to go to. Visual aids help to improve the actual presentation, which again is really important. So if I go to my section, which is computing, you can see from my section that we've divided this up into year groups. Again, this makes it very easy for the students to identify their work on the page. So if we go to the Year 9 button, which is right down here, again, the whole Year 9 page has been divided, clearly indicating to the students which particular lessons we will be working on in the session or the term, as we do in my school. Each unit is clearly indicated, and the lesson files associated with the lesson are all kept together, making it very easy for the students to identify which lessons work we are working towards. Presentation is very important, as students are more likely to engage with the software if it's easy and the structure again is also very important. Moving on to the forum, I have used a forum to generate several items of discussion about a range of topics. This particular discussion is all about online shopping. All the students in the class participated in the discussion, something that would not be possible face to face. Student discussions can be shared as well as responded to individually. So as you can see, this student has actually responded in a very detailed manner. showing clear understanding of the actual question, and that is my response to the student. So again, a very clear and easy way to have a discussion. This can then be saved, so this information can now be saved, and I then can keep a record of the discussion that took place during that lesson, which I will then share with my students. As a teacher, I'm able to gauge the level of understanding shown by my students. I can see other questions and the way they were answered in the class. The only other problem with discussion forums is sometimes the responses can get a little bit silly when they start talking to each other. But in the beginning, that will be a problem. But once students realize the importance that discussion forums present to a learning, they are more likely to behave in the right manner. And it's also important to use these sort of forums because many people use forums, and it's important as a learning tool for the students to remind them of the etiquette when using forums and how to behave. So again, thinking about our responsibility and preparing our students for the 21st century tools. So now I'm just going to move on. Finally, I'm just going to move on to my RSS feed. So I've used the BBC News, which is their technology section, and I've incorporated this RSS feed onto my page and in my subject area. This allows the students to view the latest information without having to filter out anything that's not related. This makes it easier for them to just go to the section of interest, and also generates a lot of discussion in the classroom. Is another virtual classroom software that I have been able to discover during lockdown. This tool allows for live teaching in a safe and secure environment. As you can see from my tab here, every time you want to schedule a live class, you simply click on the live class. You've got a number of options to choose from. You can have a one-time live class, which is what I tried out. It was really, really good. I tried it out with 2 students. So it was very, very good. You can actually set the duration. So I just wanted it for a very quick test, put it out there for 10 minutes just to see how it would be useful. You could also have recurring live classes. So you might want to schedule a number of these, and that's all really possible. Classes can be scheduled and students simply enter the classroom. So again, in terms of how it works, it was really very simple. The teacher can see the students if they choose to. If you want to see your students, then you can. You have the option of making that selection. If you don't want to see the students, again, you can just opt out, depending on your school's policy. So if we have a look here, you can have a look at the virtual room properties. It seats up to 25. So that is something I would need to have to speak to the developers, because some of our lessons clearly cater for a larger number than 25. But I like the option that you can actually share the webcam with everyone, or you can allow everyone to speak. So there's quite a few options in here. And so in terms of engagement, this tool is brilliant. You can actually set up students so that they can have a chat with you, and or you can actually speak to them within the lesson like you would face to face. So in terms of this tool, it allows for a bit of both. So literally you can have a face to face session, or you could use it as a virtual classroom. It also has a course management tool, which for me is absolutely brilliant. So you can manage your courses in here. So I've set up one of my courses, which is my web development. It started on this particular date and it's going on up until this date here. So if I open the course, you can see all the resources that I've added. I've also included a discussion. So this is how the student will view the actual page. So they can see the tasks that I've included, what they have to do, and this discussion that I've included for them. How the teacher sets it up is from a different view, and in here you can add all the resources that you need, add a discussion, and it's in a very clear and organized format, which again is really important when you're thinking about your blended learning strategy. This tool is particularly well suited for an older audience, so I would use this more for my Key Stage 4 and Key Stage 5 students. This is purely because there's limited visual elements on this particular software, and this can be often disconcerting for the younger students who like a lot of visuals. Again, it incorporates a discussion tool, which I really like. I like the idea that we can have a discussion with the students. It brings in a bit of engagement and a bit of liveliness to the lesson. This tool comes with really fantastic tool where you can set up a poll. So I like the idea that you can set up a poll as well. So I'm just going to try and find my poll. There we are. So it has a poll management tool, so you can create a poll. And this poll can be about anything related to your subject. So you can just get them very quick tool to find out what the students are thinking about a particular topic, how they're getting on in a particular quiz or anything that you put out there, just to find out how things are going on. I think this is a really good tool. Gives you adequate time to prepare everything on this platform, as the students actually as the platform relies on scheduling a lot. This means that you can actually forward plan everything before you upload it. So you might be thinking, why do I like this particular tool? In terms of sustainability, which again is a very important element of our blended learning strategy, then this tool is very well supported and updated on a regular basis. Again, this is important. In terms of longevity, teachers need to know that the tool they're using is going to be there for a while. We don't want something that's going to disappear after a very short time. A great addition to support your blended learning strategy, particularly if you are looking for a tool with course management. And in our current climate, this tool can be used as a way to support extension sessions and any support sessions that the school may well be planning, and where students may not be able to be in a classroom, but at least they will still have the necessary support and you will be able to deliver that. So I think in terms of that, this tool is very good. This tool would certainly also show Ofsted that you have a clear blended learning strategy in place. So once more, I think this tool is really good. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you. Electa also comes with onboard quiz facilities. So this means that you can easily add questions and quizzes, and these can again then be taken by the students. There are homework assignments as well. So for an all-round tool, this tool is absolutely brilliant. It also has student management features, so you can record your students, set up student groups, and in this way you can see their grades and everything. So again, if you're looking for a tool but maybe nothing like the VLE, because that has a lot, it is quite complicated, the VLE, whereas Electa is very easy to use tool, and that might be something much better for a lot of teachers out there, because in terms of using this tool, I found it way easier to use than sometimes putting in information and resources up on the VLE. In my video, I'm going to share a very simple yet effective way to add interactivity and engagement to your lesson using an augmented reality tool. Students will require a tablet or a smartphone for this activity, and this is a great resource for a language teacher. This will really show the students you have a handle on technology.
Okay, so using an augmented reality tool such as Google Translator, you'd have to use it on a mobile phone or a tablet, And as you can see, it just literally, once you scan over the words, it turns them into Spanish for my current translation tool. You can also scan this. So now I'm just going to scan these words because I'm not very good at Spanish. So I'd like to understand how to use these words and pronounce them correctly in Spanish.
Fideos, granos, arroz y sopas rápidos, simples y deliciosos.
This would be a great tool to use in the classroom, particularly in a language class, as this would give the students a really, really engaging and exciting way to learn a language.
Just going to show another video to highlight how this tool actually works. It really is really good. I could use this on.
Just showing how this tool works in another language, from English to German. As you can see, just place your phone over the words and you can actually see it's turning into the German words. I'm not quite sure how to say those words, so I'm going to scan this. Select the words and see what it sounds like in German.
Schmelzende Duschcreme im LE 1.7.
I'm not sure if I can say that now, but at least I understand how to say it.
Finally is take the challenge. First of all, select a task from any of the ideas I've shown on this video. 2, add an activity within your subject area, something you're confident with, something you'd really like to try out. Then get the students to have a go, and finally evaluate and adapt resources to reuse. That's the way to go. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and ways to use tools within your VLE areas to engage and communicate ideas, as well as a look at a really fantastic management tool for learning. Please do have a go at the challenge. Using tools effectively will really enhance your blended learning strategy and ensure all students are able to participate in activities, as this is a really important element within the classroom, as I always find that with face-to-face, this doesn't always happen. I like blending activities where students are able to use devices to aid their learning along with new technologies. Students also enjoy this opportunity and get very excited. As I always say when using any new tool, try out a feature at a time to give yourself adequate time to develop skills that will enhance the learning. Mobile tools such as the VLE and Electa are great resources for your students, as our students need to be able to access their learning both at home and at school, as all our students have different learning needs, and this is a great way for them to create that right balance. Introducing elements of augmented learning into the mix is a bonus and a great way to get the students excited about their learning. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.